welcome to another episode of Jeremy Canner's Ohio Prospecting, and I hope to earn your subscription today. Me and Jonathan are going to go walk the trail to see if we can drive through there to get to the claim today. If not, we'll just go through there somewhere. So I see spooky old man groundkeeper Willie is still here. It's been all summer, and it looks like he got his beer fetching machine down there stuck in the mud. We're probably up here running, but his car is gone, so I don't know where he took the grocery getter to go. So, yep, let's get set up, Johnny. So as you can see, the water level has definitely dropped down pretty good. So I brought out two sluices today. We're going to run the RPE and the Dream Mat, and we're going to see which one can handle shoveling in non-classified material better. This isn't... Okay, so I constructed this nice little dam all the way over so I can get a good amount of pressure, so it'd be good for shoveling in. And now I'm finally got the water pressure that I need to actually move out the bigger material, like the bigger rocks and that. The bigger boulders I just set off to the side, and I'll use them to continue on building this. So let's set you guys up on the stand, and I'm gonna shovel into both sluices simultaneously, keep them both fed. Then I'll do a clean out on those, get them into the bucket, and get back to going on it. So let me get over here, get you guys set up, and get to it. Okay, so I've been running these two for a little while. I just did a clean out into the bucket of the Dream Mat, and I was trying to let the RPE sluice clear out a little bit so I can see in there, but it's just packed full of heavies, and I think I keep getting material from there just flowing over and staying down in there. And as you can see, this is all ironstone, just jam-packed full of ironstone. So, not too bad. And I don't know if you guys can make it out. Let's see if we can zoom in. Yeah, there's like a rusty red layer right in there that I've been hitting. And every time I take a good little shovelful with my little shovel, I see this shovel seems to work the best for no classification. if I was to try to use my bigger shovel over there by Johnny, I'd probably just drown the sluice out and bury it. So yeah, let me get back to working on this, and I'm gonna try to let this clear out a little bit on this sluice, see if we can see anything in this indication mat. I'll just let that one keep going for a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back. Hey you guys, groundkeeper Willie's back. Maybe he's gonna fetch his beer cart out of the mud. So yeah, I got both of them cleaned out. Wasn't getting enough flow to actually clear out that indicator mat very good, but I got a little bit of a better flow on it this time. Set up a little bit different, and I think it might be because of the leaves starting to pack up on the dam. That kind of helps out. Leaves will plug up the holes where water's starting to flow through, so that's good. I'm gonna get you guys set up over there, and we'll get a little bit better of an angle as to where you guys can watch the material flow through the sluices. So let's get over there. There we go. Let's see if I got a little bit better setup this time. Still got to help it out with the bigger rocks, of course. Remat a little bit, but it's a tank. It'll just take material and chew right through it. But that's a good thing about having two sluices, is I can let the material run through one while the other one's already ate through some material. I can shovel into that one. I still have those rocks that like to sit there. Not too bad. As you can see, it's a really rusty material. Nice material. Kind of pockets I kind of look for most of the time. Where you find a lot of heavies laying around, you're going to find a good amount of gold that might be laying there. You never know till you dig it. And of course, panning helps lead you to those spots. So remember, always test pan your areas thoroughly so you can get a good amount of gold. Me, I don't really get a whole lot of gold, as you've seen, but I get enough gold to keep me happy. I'm not in this for money. I don't make any money off any of these. I purely do it for the fun of it. I love it. It's a great hobby. I suggest if you like being outdoors and you like doing things like this, this would be a great hobby for you. Oh yeah, look at that rusty material. Num, 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 num. This little dream mat, it just eats through some material and it'll pile up on the backside very quickly. So I've been using it to build up my dam as I go. So I get a little bit better flow as I keep running. And it's great filler for all the little holes all over in these dams. Just like the leaves. But the dream mat does very well. Even with those little tiny iron stones, the gold will still sit in those little pockets just fine. So I'm not worried about that at all. Just keep running. And this has really saved me a lot of time not having to use a bucket to classify material, which is always a pain, sitting there rustling it down back and forth. Non-classified material is much simpler, a lot faster, which means you can run a lot more material and have a better outcome. So, all right, I'm going to run this for a little while and I'll be back with you guys in a little while. Okay, so I just got my second clean out into the bucket. Time for a little bit of a safety meeting. Johnny's up in the car. My dam's got a little bit wider and thicker, so my flow's got a lot better up there. It's a little bit easier on the shoveling. Oh yeah, it's a lot easier not having to classify with that. So yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Creepy groundkeeper Willie is on his lawnmower. I think he finally gassed it back up so he can take his next beer run later. So yeah, let me get to it and I'll be back with you guys in a bit. And look, I found another one. Collect a whole set. Wonder what it'll be. Okay, so I'm on my fourth clean out. And yeah, my hole's starting to get pretty big. Actually really wide more than deep. It's probably only 2 feet deep and probably about 5 foot one way and 6 foot the other way. But what I've been doing is coming along this way and hitting a really rusty pocket. I did go over this way more towards where the gravel bar is, and I started running out of the rust. So I came back this direction and started getting back into that rusty deposit. And that's pretty much what I've been working this whole time. It's been a few hours, about 4 or 5. Been running quite a few little shovel fools. Groundkeeper Willie came over and mowed a path all the way over to here, so you guys all know where to find my location again. He does his job. All right, well, back to it. Okay, so I got my 5th and 6th cleanup done, and I'm leaving the tailing wall and my hole so I can come back next week and I'm gonna clean that up a little bit better. Gonna get the hand pump out so that way we can hand dredge out the bottom and get it a little bit better cleaned up and see if we can clean that clay side up too. And with that being said, I'll see you guys at the house later. All right, so I've started the classification process. I'll get it all milled up and be right with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so how much did we get out on this trip with the double sluice run? Pretty decent little amount. We'll start off with the lead. We got some little chunks of lead. Looks like shrapnel. Got a few pieces of that still in my arm. And now let's look at the gold. A lot of little specks, a nice little piece of wire, and a nice amount of little flakes. Let's take a little closer look. Yeah, it's hard to get a good view with this. Let me zoom back out. Now try it. Sorry about the shakiness. It is very hard to keep this still, especially with my left hand. Pretty nice. Lead. Zoom it back out so you can see once more. And that's all I have time for today. And I'll see you guys out on the creek again. Hopefully we'll be in a different location. And I'll see you guys there. Later.